मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
This morning, Rahul Gandhi, leader of the opposition, created a ruckus and furor in the parliament. In response to the president's address, he insisted upon raising what he said were some issues of vital import to our national security. So what was he saying? He was trying to cite an article from the Caravan magazine, which in turn was quoting excerpts from General Narwane, the former army chief's unpublished memoirs. It may be recalled that the government had stopped General Narwane from publishing the book. As such, the authenticity of the excerpts cited in the Caravan magazine itself are open to question. But then let's try and take a deeper look at what is this bravura all about. So I have had a detailed look at the article in the Caravan magazine. I have no access to General Narwane's book or manuscript, but we had a look at the Caravan article in detail. So what does this article say? This article talks of the 2020 Chinese intrusions, which had culminated in the Galwan incident, in which 19 Indian soldiers had lost their lives. No weapons had been used, but the Chinese had laid an ambush with pointed stones, with baseball bats wrapped up with barbed wire and nails and studded with lethal handheld weapons.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the Monday edition of This Is Exclusive with me, Shavin Sen. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we put the spotlight on three very special stories, starting with the Republic deep investigation as far as sand mining in Gujarat is concerned. The only national network to put the spotlight on how illegal mining continues in various parts of Gujarat. The first focus is on Vadodara, not very far away from Vadodara. On our cameras, illegal mining has been caught. A detailed story coming up in a short while from now, but first let me take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Republic investigates illegal sand mining mafia across India. Rivers exploited, sand stolen on camera. Speeding luxury supercar injures VVIP, accused evacuated by bouncers. Pune Porsche rerun in Kanpur. A massive cover-up attempt in Lamborghini crash case. Accused's name missing from the FIR. Blood test pending after 24 hours. 8 stranded Indian seafarers sent more SOS calls from seized vessel in Iran. Latest pictures out. Ladies and gentlemen, the line between development and destruction has been erased in Gujarat. What we will show you in a short while from now is not an isolated violation. It is an organized, brazen assault on a living river system carried out in broad daylight and under the shadow of official silence. The Orsang is more than a river. It is the lifeline for local communities. Yet, when villagers raise complaints, they are pushed from one district to another. Those who speak are threatened, those who act are ignored, and those responsible continue unchecked. In fact, Republic TV's investigation team went to ground zero to expose how illegal sand mining thrives despite laws, despite complaints, and despite the very real dangers it poses. This is not just about mere sand. This is about governance, accountability, and the urgent question of how long authorities will allow rivers to be sacrificed to the mining mafia. In fact, an investigation that has been carried out for days put together. In fact, our reporters on the ground did stake out at these very places to actually catch them red-handed. This is what my colleague Swarali found out in her investigative report.
This is the Orsang River. And what you're seeing right now is not development, it's destruction. Mining mafia continues operation unabated. In broad daylight, sand is being ripped out of the riverbed, illegally from the banks, an act clearly prohibited by law. This entire belt along the Orsang River has been left the riverside wrecked.
When people from Damoli village, which falls on the other hand, tries to complain to mining department, they say that this is under the Vadodara district and that's the reason we can't take any action. These are the claims made by locals over here, by villagers over here. The group of people from the same village had also tried and meet CM of Gujarat to request that this illegal mining should stop because there are several reasons. They say that their wells, the water level in the wells is going down, and when the sand is being taken away illegally, soil erosion becomes very prominent, and they are saying that this is the lifeline for them.
Not fearing the mafia, Republic went to ground zero. Trucks move freely along the riverside, carrying illegally mined sand from one point to another. One truck, then another, in broad daylight. Reaching these sites was not easy. With help from locals, we traveled on two-wheelers through hilly terrain. This is just what we managed to capture. Many more operate beyond camera's reach, and most of the mining happens at night.
When people from Damoli village, which falls on the other hand, tries to complain to mining department, they say that this is under the Vadodara district and that's the reason we can't take any action. These are the claims made by locals over here.
Villagers from Damoli exposed the Nexus. They tell Republic they have written to sub-divisional magistrates hoping for some action.
पहले तो ऐसा है कि 21 बार भी जब 25 को जनता रेड करने में आया और जनता रेड करने में ऐसा कि गांव वालों को पता चला कि नदी में भू माफिया द्वारा 24 घंटे रेती खनन चल रहा है, तो जो गांव के युवाओं उसको द्वारा जनता रेड करने में आया, तो सुबह में जनता रेड किया। उसके बाद अधिकारी को कॉल किया कि पहले के सचिन सिक्योरिटी को कॉल किया, उसने बोला कि मैं संडे ऑफ है, और अधिकारी का नंबर दिया नीटका डोंडा सर को, तो हमने उसको वारंवार कॉल किया, आधे घंटे 1 घंटे 2 घंटे बीमार हो दवा लेके आऊँगा, इस तरह टाइम हुआ 5 बज गए।
Illegal sand mining has become a major crisis for villages settled along those riverbanks in Gujarat.
पहले तो थोड़ा दिन रुक गए थे, उसके बाद गाँव वालों को पता था कि चल रहा है, पर हमने जितने भी रिक्वेस्ट किए हैं उनके अनुसार हमें ऐसा लग रहा था कि कोई कार्यवाही कर नहीं पाते। तो हमें 7/1/2026 को हमने सीएम ने पोस्ट किया है, अर्जी किया था।
अर्जी किया?
हाँ। उसके बाद ये लोगों ने FIR किया है 2 तारीख को, 2/2/2026 को।
जो खनन कर रहे हैं उन पे, अवैध खनन जो चल रहा है, तो उसके जो अक्यूज्ड हैं उन पे FIR हुआ, यही कह रहे हैं आप?
हाँ।
There are two faces of this illegality. One, mining, where leases exist, but excavation goes far beyond permitted limits. And two, mining with no permission at all. Here the lease boundaries don't tell another story, but the ground tells just another. At another site, fake lease stones were planted, allegedly to mislead authorities and villagers.
They are claiming that usually these mining mafias do have lease, they have permissions, but what they do, they break rules. Usually there is a time period given for lease, there's length, breadth, height, everything is specified. And if I ask my video journalist to zoom in the visual, you can see yellow stones. That's the permissible limit for mining, but usually what do they do is that they mine beyond the limits, may that be for the breadth or length or height of the given permissions. They mine beyond that, and on the other hand, villagers are also facing several issues. So you can see this is a riverbed of Orsang river, and this entire belt is suffering because of the illegal sand mining that is happening, and it becomes very, very difficult to prove whether it is legal or illegal.
Sand is being extracted not just from the shore, but straight from the riverbed.
बता रहे हैं कि गांव वालों को परेशानी ये हो रही है कि पानी की समस्या आ रही है, जल स्तर कम हो रहा है। तो ये कितने समय से ये काम चल रहा है, और जैसे हम कल स्पॉट पे गए थे और हमने पूरा देखा कि कहीं जगह पर गड्ढे हैं और खनन बड़े पैमाने पर हुआ है, तो इससे क्या इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है?
इससे हमारे गांव के सभी पशुपालक हैं और मवेशी वहाँ पे चराने के लिए जाते हैं, तो वहाँ पे गड्ढे के कारण 2-3 मवेशी भी वहाँ पे डूब के मर चुके हैं।
The Orsang River is not just a water body. It's drinking water, livelihood to the villagers, and today it's under siege. The visuals raise serious questions. Who is allowing this to continue? And how long before the damage becomes irreversible?
Joining me on this broadcast is my colleague Swarali from Ahmedabad. Swarali, you've also tried reaching out to the authorities, getting their response on this entire story. So far, as I understand, there's been no response. Is there anything that you're picking up post this story that has been put out by us, hoping that there would be some sort of intervention made by the authorities?
See, let me tell you, Republic even tried to contact Donda sir, who was being mentioned by the local villagers of Damoli village, which falls in the Chota Udaipur district. We tried to call him. Initially, he was ready to talk with us, but then, and this has become like a pattern in the state of Gujarat. When we try to approach officers or authorities from different departments, initially they will tell us that they are ready to talk in front of camera or off the record, but post that they don't meet us and they are not ready to comment on any issue that is being raised by the people or media for the sake. Now, as we are talking about this entire illegal sand mining issue, let me tell you, we went to the belt of Orsang River, and these are just 2 instances where we have been able to report and catch them on camera. But let me tell you that according to the claims made by locals, several such activities are conducted across the belt because the entire river is in the interior, far-fetched interior sites.
Thank you very much, Swarali, for getting us the latest details. We're still hoping that the authorities will finally wake up after this report that has been filed by my colleague Swarali from Gujarat. Should we focus now to the other big story that we're getting to tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, a smashed Lamborghini in Kanpur raises questions for bigger than the price tag of the car. 6 locals were injured after being hit by a speeding luxury supercar, rushed to hospital in pain, while the man behind the wheel was not even questioned, not detained, not even named. Shivam Mishra, son of a powerful tobacco baron, is seen being quietly evacuated by bouncers, forming a human shield as cameras roll. What should have been swift police action instead looks like protection. Less than just 2 years after the Pune Porsche case shook the entire nation, Kanpur now forces the same uncomfortable debate. Different city, different luxury car, but the same pattern. Ease for the powerful, struggle for the victims.
A luxury Lamborghini smashed on Kanpur's VIP road. And questions far bigger than the car now staring at the system.
कानपुर में एक बार फिर रफ्तार का कहर देखने को मिला। दरअसल इस बार ग्वालटोली में लैम्बोर्गिनी कार से एक युवक ने तकरीबन 3 लोगों को टक्कर मारी, जिनको चोटें आई हैं। फिलहाल गाड़ी थाने आ चुकी है। लगभग 14 करोड़ की जो गाड़ी की कीमत है वो बताई जा रही है। बंशीधर टोबैको जो फर्म है उसके नाम पर गाड़ी रजिस्टर्ड है। इसी कार से कुछ देर पहले ही वीआईपी रोड पर टक्कर मारी गई है। ये देखिए, गाड़ी के अंदर कांच के जो टुकड़े हैं वो भी पड़े हैं और साफ तौर पर जो बताया जा रहा है कि जो गाड़ी चालक थे उनको अटैक आए थे, जिस दौरान ये जो हादसा है वो हुआ है।
6 locals hit by the speeding luxury supercar were rushed to hospital.
ये एक्सीडेंट जो है, असल में हम यहाँ खड़े हुए थे वीआईपी रोड पे, ये जो मकबरे के पीछे पारी के पीछे वहाँ पर खड़े हुए थे और हम अपने मित्र का इंतज़ार कर रहे थे। हमें जाना था करबला, वो मित्र हमारे आने पर इन्हीं का इंतज़ार कर रहे थे। गाड़ी जो है आई, ऑटो पहले मिलर पे टक्कर पड़ा, उसके बाद फिर ऑटो पड़ा, तो हमने देखा कि लगा जो बचेंगे नहीं, हम हटे तो फिर हमारे भी हो गया।
And at the wheel, the accused Shivam. This next visual tells the entire story. Shivam is the son of a powerful Kanpur tobacco baron. One would expect police action after a crash like this. Instead, what you see is something very different. Watch how he is quote-unquote evacuated by bouncers while those that he hit his luxury car with lie in pain. Watch carefully. Camera after camera captures it. Bouncers forming a human shield.
रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क की टीम इस वक्त मौजूद है शिवम मिश्रा के घर के बाहर। ये देखिए, के मिश्रा का बोर्ड लगा हुआ है, इनके बाउंसर है। कल एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, आप थे वहाँ पर? क्या पुलिस आई?
थोड़ा खोलना।
शिवम है? कहाँ गए? कहाँ गए शिवम? ये देखिए, महंगी गाड़ियाँ अंदर खड़ी हैं और ये बाउंसर हैं। देखिए किस तरह से गेट बंद कर दिया गया है। साफ तौर पर शिवम इस वक्त अंदर मौजूद है और कानपुर पुलिस की जो टीम है वो यहाँ पर कुछ देर पहले पहुंची थी और उसके साथ ही इनसे सवाल जवाब करके जो टीम है वापस जा चुकी है।
He is quietly taken out, away from public view, away from tough questions.
सर, क्या शिवम का नाम इसमें बढ़ाया गया है?
अभी मैं कुछ नहीं बता पाऊंगा। अभी मैं जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में आएगा उसके बाद से।
सर, लेकिन गाड़ी चालक वही था, उसको वहाँ से हटाया गया, इस पर क्या कहेंगे?
अभी फुटेज देखा जा रहा है।
सर, फुटेज वीडियो में दिख रहा है, वो गाड़ी से चला गया है।
देखा जा रहा है, जो भी आएगा प्रकाश में किया जाएगा।
अब तक क्या उससे कोई क्वेश्चनिंग की गई? उसका ब्लड टेस्ट कराया गया सर? क्या वो ड्रंक था?
नहीं, अभी इसके बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं।
What's even more shocking is that police personnel were seen posing for photographs in front of the same car involved in the crash. Less than 2 years ago, India demanded justice in the case of the Pune Porsche crash. And today, yet again, the same debate. How a rich, powerful accused appears to be treated with ease. Shivam Mishra's name remains missing from the FIR. 24 hours on, no blood test has been conducted to check if he was under the influence of alcohol.
देखिए, कल ग्वालटोली थाना क्षेत्र में एक लैम्बोर्गिनी से एक्सीडेंट की घटना हुई थी। एक व्यक्ति को माइनर चोट आई थी। इस सूचना के आधार पर थाना ग्वालटोली पर अभियोग पंजीकृत कर लिया गया है। विस्तृत विवेचना की जा रही है। विवेचना में आगे जो भी तथ्य प्रकाश में आएंगे उनके आधार पर अग्रिम कार्रवाई की जाएगी। गाड़ी का नंबर लिखा हुआ है, उसके जो सीसीटीवी फुटेजेस वगैरह प्राप्त कर लिए गए हैं। विवेचना की जा रही है, साक्षियों से पूछताछ की जा रही है। पूछताछ में जो भी तथ्य प्रकाश में आ रहे हैं उनके आधार पर अग्रिम कार्रवाई की जा रही है।
Hours later, the accused is seen comfortably inside his residence. And so the question is justice in Kanpur being driven by the law or by the price tag of a Lamborghini?
Well, big breaking news now coming in. It seems Delhi police has now taken cognizance of information that has been found on various online social media platforms and news forums which claimed that the pre-print copy of the book 4 Stars of Destiny is being circulated. Now remember, this book is in the center of a major controversy in the parliament, with leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi basically quoting an article which brings out excerpts of this book that has been written by former Chief of Army Staff General Manoj Naravne. In fact, the book is yet to be released. It seems that the PDF copy of the book has already been circulated, and Delhi police has taken cognizance of the information that was found on various online social media platforms and news forums that claimed that a pre-print copy of the book is being circulated. What is not known at this point in time is whether at all a complaint has been filed, because it is quite unlikely that the matter would have been taken up unless a complaint is actually filed. Upon verification, it was found that the PDF copy of a typeset book with the same title and apparently prepared by Penguin is available on certain websites and some online marketing platforms. Let me also bring in my colleague and executive editor Niranjan, who is joining us on this broadcast. Niranjan, it seems that a complaint has been filed based on which Delhi police has finally taken cognizance of the PDF file of the book.
Shravan, when the scandal broke out, when Rahul Gandhi was in Parliament, he was waving copies of this book, and the strange part is that this book has not even been released. It's in the clearance process. So in that case, how did he get a printed copy? Point number one. Point number two, you will remember that last week when the controversy broke out in Parliament, there were PDF copies, online soft copies of the book being circulated openly on social media and on different groups. In fact, some went to the extent of even posting these links, PDF links, on the internet. So on the back of this, when there is no permission given, when it's under review, the question is, how did it get leaked? And how did due process get violated? In that sense, because you see there is a precedence to this, and you know the specifics of the kind of approvals that have to come in when a former general's book is going to be published. So on that front, the Delhi police has taken cognizance, and they've also referred to different social media platforms, online sites that had that claimed a pre-print copy of the book 4 Stars of Destiny. Notably, it was that Lutyens ragtag. Shravan, you know the Lutyens ragtag. I know the Lutyens ragtag. It's a caravan of stories that they usually carry. So that Lutyens ragtag is now in trouble. It is also reported that the necessary clearance for publication is yet to be received from relevant authorities. And they further say that a PDF copy of a typeset book with the same title and apparently prepared by Penguin is available on certain websites and online marketing platforms. They have also displayed the finished book cover as it is available for purchase. So I think the context is, when it has not been cleared, how did it get published? How was it posted online? How are PDF copies shared? And on that front, you have the Delhi police registering a case. The special cell has taken it up. and this becomes bigger than what we initially thought it would get. Shravan.
Niranjan, before I let you go, just a quick question. Is there any information with regards to the original complaint that has been filed? Because it seems that the leader of the opposition has essentially relied upon the Caravan article and not the leaked version of the book. It does appear at this stage that some complaint must have been filed based on which Delhi police has taken cognizance of this information.
Well, I do not have the specifics of that complaint, Shravan, but I do know that you mentioned the book. The book was waved by Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, inside the house. He got printouts. He was referring to an article, a magazine. He in fact mentioned the Lutyens' ragtag inside the parliament. He mentioned that he was referring to an article in an online magazine, and outside the parliament he held printed copies of the book. So there are printed copies of the book, and I think basis that, when permission has not been given, certainly there's been a complaint filed. We will have to pull out the specifics of that, Shravan. So let's see what happens next.
Well, thank you very much, Niranjan, for getting us the latest details. In fact, this has become the biggest talking point in the parliament, with Rahul Gandhi alleging that the government is not basically allowing him to speak on this entire matter. And the opposition is already in the process of moving a no-confidence motion. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Coming up, trending on the other side.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा प्योर मसाला।
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहाँ नो टेंशन वहाँ।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा,
सबका राजा प्योर मसाला।